Welcome back, True Seeker. Big news out of my home state, Oregon. Born in Portland in '83, and man, has the city changed a lot. But notice this, you guys. Today, March 8th, 2024, the 68th day of the leap year, the governor of Oregon says she intends to recriminalize possession of fentanyl and heroin because of the mass overdose epidemic that's taken place in the state since it was decriminalized. And it matters that today's March 8th, 3/8, as we'll get to, but especially that it's the 68th day of the year, because as we've talked about so many times, fentanyl was approved by the FDA in the year 68. That's the same year coronavirus was coined. And it's also the same year that a lot of agendas went into motion, including the assassinations of MLK and RFK, and 911 being made the national emergency dialing code, and World Trade Center construction starting in New York, and George W. Bush getting out of Yale's Skull and Bones, known as the Brotherhood of Death. Again, 68 was a year of death. And just like how Skull and Bones identifies by a number 322 and is a Masonic society, again, the numbers of this date matter. Numbers are very important to secret societies because most secret societies are based in Kabbalah, where it says God created the world with numbers, letters, and words. And what I want to show you is why this comes on 3/8, a lot like 38, out of Oregon, and pertains to fentanyl, largely. Gematria is the Kabbalistic practice of coding numbers into words, and it's based on the alphabetic order forwards and backwards. And you might recall that fentanyl really became a huge talking point after the death of Prince. And if you weren't here in 2016 when he passed away on the Queen's birthday, we put out a video the day Vanity died, the day of the Grammys, for why Prince's deathbed wasn't too far away. And can talk more about that, but Prince's death had a lot to do with 38. And let's not forget that Vanity died on the anniversary of Prince's mother either. But in Gematria, Prince equals 38, like Minnesota, like Chanhassen, where his home is. Other words that equal 38 are killing, death, murder, RIP. You can see on the screen that fentanyl and murder equate to 38 when you run the alphabetic order in reverse. Today's news comes out of Oregon. Oregon equals 38 like Minnesota. Remember George Floyd killed on the corner of 38th? You recently had the shooting of cops in Minnesota on 38th Ave, if I recall. I got to go back and double check, but it was also a big 38. Anyhow, Gematria. Just look at it right on the screen. It doesn't lie to you. Fentanyl, murder, Oregon, Prince killing. On 3/8, the announcement that it's going to be overturned because of all the deaths that have come from it. And like I've been explaining, every agenda going on in the world right now is about population control. And that 1968 year, the same year that fentanyl was approved by the FDA, that was the same year the book The Population Bomb was written by the Stanford professor that really did start a movement so focused on population control. Then you had Henry Kissinger holding the meetings about what to do about population all across the world. Henry Kissinger targeted 47 nations with depopulation agendas. Again, depopulation is a real thing. That's why, same-sex couples is being highly promoted in the mainstream. It's why gender transformation is being highly promoted in the mainstream. All of this stuff comes back to population control. The legalization of hardcore drugs that they know are deadly, that comes back to population control. And who have they always targeted with their agendas? The poorest people. Who are the people dying in Portland from the overdoses? The homeless and the poorest. Christine Kotek. Let's not overlook that the governor of Oregon's name equals 68 either, going with this ritual coming on the 68th day of the year. And again, the population bomb, Stanford professor. If you're new here, who runs all this and who synced up the calendar and the language, it all goes back to the 16th century and the Jesuits. Of course, Stanford was founded by a Jesuit. And again, I talk about it all the time. If you're new here, check out some of my other videos, read my books that are out there. It's undeniable what we're presenting. I've been here every day for over a decade. I've been here every day since August 2013 educating about exactly this, because that was the day I finally put it together. I was looking for the answer to numbers and news rituals from the day 9/11 happened. It took me until August of 2013 to find the answer. Been here every day exposing the news and the agenda since, because it's undeniable. I'm going to have to check the weather and see if I'll have a safe drive over to Oregon. I might have to beat it over to Oregon this weekend and talk about this downtown Portland. We'll have to break out the loudspeaker. Stay tuned for that. I'll let you guys know if I'm going to do it this weekend. Go say hi to my mom. And again, I'm from Portland, but I don't live there anymore. Now I live in the middle of Washington State. It's about a 3.5 hour drive each way to Portland. But yeah, the people need to know. And problem with Oregon is there's just not a great gathering spot like there is in Seattle at, say, Pike's Place Market. Not a whole lot of tourism to Portland, but if it's a nice weekend, people will be out on the waterfront. And we got some truth seekers in Portland that we can come out and re-link up with. So I'll keep you posted on that. If it's not this weekend, if it doesn't look right with the weather, she announced that she's going to do this today, but she hasn't officially done it. So we'll see what the ritual is when she officially undoes it. No doubt it will be a ritual. And yeah, it might be a better time because it'll be a little bit later in the year, warmer weather. Again, it is the Pacific Northwest. This time of year is still pretty cold outside and usually pretty rainy. But we'll take a peek just in case this weekend is right. But yeah, on 3/8, 68th day of the year, it's something else. And don't ever forget that Oregon's the 33rd state, 33 so special to the secret society as well. Of course, the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, created by the Jesuit order, the highest degree is the 33, and in Gematria, in that same cipher, alphabetic order, numerology, Masonry, secrecy, order, federal, are all 33. Remember, Trump first deployed the federal police on Oregon because of Antifa, which is another federal agenda. Of course, Antifa bear sprayed me down in Portland for handing out free books to him, trying to educate him about what real fascism is. But yeah, who can remember when the anti-fascists shut down Powell's books by the numbers? And let's not forget who got it reopened. It was yours truly. You know, we went out there and we got Antifa to clear off the block. So that's how I took the bear spray. And the owner of Powell's didn't do me any favors. They just said, oh, thank you for getting them out of here. We'll open our doors now. Anyway, we'll leave it there for now, Truth Seeker. Thank you to everyone who hits the like and the share. If you're new here, sub, because we're putting out tons of content every day, and this stuff's going on all over the world. Till next time.